Welcome to the ProMotion Studio. Today we're joined by Bill White. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. This is such a beautiful place.
Hey, thanks so much for coming, and we're really glad to have you. Tell me a little bit about the tribute to George Strait. How you got started doing it?
Well, I've always been a George Strait fan with all the old traditional country, and I was playing over in the Northwest, little band, and I just happened to get a hold of my drummer buddy who was playing with me, and I go, I keep playing these George Strait songs. I wonder if they do a tribute out there. And he goes, funny you should ask. So he got a hold of somebody, and then I did that for over 10 years, playing tributes out in the Northwest Oregon and Washington areas, and now I'm retired out there, and I'm over here in good old Knoxville now, so I'm going to...
Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
So was there, obviously you said you've listened to George Strait for a while. Was there really, when he said, there's funny enough, you're like, yes. Had you always kind of had your mind set on doing some kind of tribute, or was George kind of just one of those artists you're like, man, if I ever have a chance to do it, I'd like to do it?
Well, I did so many of his songs, and I tried, of all the people, I tried to mimic him the most. And then as soon as I started doing, I just started doing these tributes, and it was just one after the other, and I really wanted to concentrate. So I did my homework. I studied every vibrato he did, every falsetto, or not falsetto, but every little antic he does in his in his song, and I really want to perfect it. And I have notebooks of all these, just making sure I hit them all, because I want to be as close as I can.
Yeah.
It's a tribute. I don't look like him, but I do it for him, and I want to sound the best I can. And the audiences have been fantastic.
Well, and you've got a real rogues gallery of players. You've got some real slingers here. How did you come across the band?
Well, I just came over here last couple of years.
Yeah.
In Knoxville, and started playing little places, and that's where you meet people. And all of a sudden, I got a hold of that guy over there, that Ronnie guy, the steel player. He's taking me under his wing too, and we played a lot together. And then I told him I want to start doing this, and he says, well, let me help you out. And then here we are.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So relocating from obviously the Northwest area out here, were you thinking that, this is obviously a hotbed for country music. I didn't expect George Strait tributes to be that popular out on the West Coast. Were you thinking, well, there's got to be a George Strait tribute in Tennessee?
Yeah, I thought for sure, because Nashville's so close, and there's a lot of good music out here in East Tennessee. Holy moly! But the George Strait tributes I've seen, there was one I saw. He was from Texas, came to Nashville, watched him a little bit. I was watching some of the other tribute artists, but I think I was the only one doing the George Strait tribute over there. I was doing stuff with other tribute artists. There's a great John Denver and a Reba, and I started doing all these things, in these big shows. But I really didn't really see the George Strait I wanted to see. Really do his homework. Get as close as he can anyway to him. The one I saw in Texas that came out to Nashville first time when we came over here, had to look. He looked so good. Had a big, huge band. We came over there, but his technique wasn't George.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
This driving me. I like to do. I like the George Strait, and I know of all the artists, this is the one guy I'm truly blessed and honored to do, because he is so good. And on top of that, he has 4 decades of hits.
Absolutely.
He is top guy. He has 60 number ones, and he had I think he had a number 1 hit every year for 30 years.
Yeah.
There's so much material, I can't even condense it in an hour and a half show. It's just so much.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, why didn't you do that song? I'm like, I'm sorry, maybe next time.
Yeah, you're definitely not starved for material for a set like that, for sure. Yeah, if anything, it's hard to omit songs, from the set list. So are there songs that, really stick out that every time it's making it into the set list?
Oh, yeah. The ones we did today, for sure.
Yeah.
I Cross My Heart is going to be in there. I usually start out with Heartland. If you saw a Pure Country movie, that's a great one, because it's a good intro. You can get to meet people. You don't have to start right in, So we have that. Blue Clear Sky, The Chair I mentioned. Golly, there's so many. I've got a good 25 song solid that I like to do.
Yeah.
Adelita. There's people, you all who know George Strait, there's some good songs out there.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
What is you think the most requested song from George Strait?
Well, from what I read and what I've heard from people is I Cross My Heart.
Really?
I think I think at the time it was one of those that people had when they're getting married. I Cross My Heart and Promise to, you know.
See, Check Yes or No was kind of everywhere, like throughout the 90s and even into the 2000s. James had mentioned that he played it every night as a request down on the Strip for college kids. So
I believe it.
he's one of those generational talents, once in a generation kind of talents for sure. And his music transcends generations as well. So
Yeah.
it's definitely, like you said, one to be honored to.
Yeah, he kept to his roots.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted him to take his hat off when he went to Nashville. He's like, no, I have my hat on, and this is what I do.
Yeah.
And he's he does team roping with his son. I mean, he did that
Texas
down there.
principles.
Yep. And so that's I look up to him. I mean, like a musical father kind of person. And to do this, like I said, I'm just really, really blessed if I can continue on and do this as much as I can and make people happy. Because the music I'm doing, they're craving for it. You know, there's the newer country, and there's something about straight country, man.
That's why That's why classical country is still an award at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Modern country is its own thing now. So
Yeah.
Well, Bill, we're really glad to be working with you. And if anybody's wanting to reach out, if they're wanting to book you for a show, anything like that, what's the best way to contact you?
I have a Facebook page, Bill White, George Strait Tribute Artist. I'm also on Instagram, and you can reach out to me both those ways.
Yeah, and reach out obviously through promotion.
Yes,
if you need to
promotion.
Connect us.
These guys kill it. Awesome.
Thank you so
Josh,
much. We
thank you so
appreciate
much,
you,
buddy.
Bill.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes, sir.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. That way you don't miss the next promotion live session.
Yes.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, buddy.